Okay guys, so here's what we'll be needing. 500 grams of minced beef, 2 red bell peppers, some chilies, as many as you like, garlic, half an onion, extra virgin olive oil, and 2 chopped tomatoes. We'll also be needing some parsley. You need some spaghetti, and now for the seasoning. We'll need some mixed herbs, oregano, and white pepper. You also need chili powder, and if you like some extra spicy chili powder, some salt, and crayfish Maggi cube, 2 chicken cubes, but I actually only used 1, so you don't have to have both. And now I'm just prepping, rinsing, slicing, dicing everything to my garlic, and then I'll do the same thing to my chilies. Just a quick little tip guys, for when you get to cutting your chilies, use scissors instead of a knife. It's much faster and it spares you having super chili spicy tasting fingers, because anybody wants super chili spicy tasting fingers, okay? Right, so tell me about you guys. What do you like to do? What do you like to add to your cooking? I love chili, I love spice, I love garlic, so I use loads and loads and loads in my cooking. But tell me what you guys like in the comments down below. So guys, let me just talk about garlic in China. Garlic is everything in China. They put garlic in everything, and they put so much of it. One of my friends was eating a meal and he goes to put something in his mouth thinking it's just part of the food, and it was a whole bulb of garlic, and he spat it out and it was disgusting. But I love garlic, but I wouldn't like to have a whole bulb in my mouth. So I had an experience recently where I ordered some potatoes, because your girl love you some potatoes, okay? I love me some potatoes. And I'm like, who the hell puts pork in potatoes? Like, where to do that at, you know? Anyway, so good. So royals, now what we're gonna do is prep our spaghetti. I'm gonna add all our seasonings to it and then put it aside to use later. So you just see me here putting half a pack of spaghetti into the bowl. I just break it in half just to make it easier to cook. See me struggling here? Yeah. And then we're gonna add some salt. I use 2 milliliters of salt, some mixed herbs, again 2 milliliters, and we'll also be adding a little bit of olive oil just to prevent sticking and overflowing. Here you see me using 2 teaspoons of oil. We're gonna put it aside and use it later. Now I'm just adding 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to a wok, and this wok we're gonna use to heat the sauce that we're going to use as the base for the bolognese. You can add more or less oil if you desire. I'm just letting it heat a bit, and once it's hot, I'm going to add the peppers that we chopped earlier, and then I'm going to stir it around a little bit and let it cook. Okay, so here I'm adding some oil to another pot. Yes, I know, lots of pots. And we're going to prep the beef that we're going to use in the bolognese in here. Here you see me unraveling my frozen ass beef. I'm popping it into the pan. Just place it in there and try and break it apart if you're using a frozen beef. If you are, try and bring it out of the freezer earlier. I forgot to bring mine out, so it's not as soft and defrosted as I would have liked, but hey ho, it's what it is. Here I'm just adding the onions to the beef, and I'm gonna let them cook together and just let the onions become a little bit more translucent. So here I'm just adding more oil because my beef started sticking to the pan, and I was like, not today sis, we not gonna do this today, okay? So I started adding a little bit more oil just to make it less sticky and burnt, because we don't want burnt beef. So just break it apart, stir it up, make sure it's not sticking, and stir your onions into the beef so that they come together. Check up on your peppers, make sure they're also not sticking or burning. Once that's okay, you can go ahead and add your chili and your garlic into your beef, stir it all together, and then add your chopped tomatoes to your peppers. Now I used I was meant to use 2 cans, but I decided it would be too much, so I just used 1.5 cans of tomatoes. Stir it together, keep everything mixed up, make sure nothing's sticking, nothing's burning, and just let it simmer. Put your lid on, but preferably take off your paper labels off your lid. Here I'm adding the Maggi cubes to my beef for seasoning. I added only 1 chicken Maggi cube and 1 crayfish Maggi cube because 2 would have been too much, I decided. Stir it all together, get the seasoning up in there, and keep everything moving. Now once the tomato sauce is ready, I'm adding it to the beef and stirring it together, and now I'll season it. I'm using 2 milliliters of salt, 2 milliliters of chili powder, 2 milliliters of extra spicy chili powder, and 2 more milliliters of mixed herbs, 2 milliliters of white pepper, or 1, whichever you prefer, and I'm going to let that cook on the side. Now it's time for us to add our water to our spaghetti and start cooking it. I'm just going to move the spaghetti around the bottom a little bit so they're not all stuck together, and that would just help when it cooks for it to just be singular as opposed to a tight mess, okay, like some of your ponytails. But I'm not going to talk, okay, I'm not going to talk. Here I'm just separating my parsley leaves, chopping them up a little bit, and I am going to add them straight into my bolognese for some flavor. Okay, check on your spaghetti, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom like mine. Keep it moving, and if you need to, you can add a little bit of extra oil to help. Oh yeah, now it's looking good. Singular like my ass. Okay, so here we're going to drain our spaghetti because it's all ready, and leave it on the side because it is hot, hot, hot. It's all ready. Your sauce should be done by now, so just check on it, turn off the heat, and serve up your spaghetti. And that's it, guys. Your spaghetti bolognese is ready. So feed your friends, feed your family, feed the homeless, and enjoy your food. See you next time.